Hello and welcome to MT7, a surprise blow. For mission completion here, we need to cause damage 2 times enemy SPGs by shooting them and destroy 1 enemy SPG. I completed this mission while on the grind looking to get the T54 unlocked, and then I actually stalled out at the T43, so I didn't even quite make it here. This is a great matchup. It's all tier 6. The DPM on a T5485 is pretty fantastic. We're rocking about 2300. I say that, but the T3485M is a drastically better tank, so if you're wondering about which tank to keep, which tank to look at, and you have the opportunity to get the premium, I would get the premium. This grind was pretty short for me. I did the whole tank in like 16-20 games. Good win 8 average on it, really good, and part of that was the kill death ratio. I had a lot of survivals here. We're going to go ahead and go south. There's not really any point, in my opinion, to going and playing the north. South is very much where the game's at nowadays on this map. Onslaught has just enforced this even more. You put a few guys here, you put a few guys here, and that's the entire map. There's no need to play north whatsoever. You're always going to have tanks that camp it. This is a nice switch into the HE, and part of why this tank is so strong. We've got a nice 300 damage starting blow there. For comparison, a lot of the games we've seen played have recently been in that VK 3002, and the T34 is just an insanely better tank than that. It's not very close. Right side for this mission as well is that there's 3 already in the game. After this game, there has been a patch that dropped, so they're supposed to have reduced the amount of arty. I still see in low tiers a good amount though, so in my opinion this is a pretty doable mission. It's not one that you're going to be able to do whenever you feel like it though, because frankly there's just not arty in queue like there used to be. And you can't even double platoon. What I've done to try to hunt this mission is 2 platoon with 1 arty, but here I got it just playing with old buddy Ron G in his A43. Part of the reason that we don't want to go north even if we weren't doing a mission here is we're going to get stuck either in A7 and not be able to push across, or we're going to go to C6, be all alone, and end up getting ganged on. Super not fun gameplay. So by going south, we have an opportunity to use the hills, put pressure on the base, and work from there. But I really recommend, if you don't play south often, play it. This tank has, what, -5 degrees, and it plays south just fine. You just have to get used to using the hills on it. One of the keys though is that you need to have a reasonable turret. This doesn't have an amazing turret, but it has an okay turret, and that's all you need. 700Y spotted. I'm really wanting to get the arty here, and I'm willing to die for it. Unfortunately, the M44 is totally tucked in. He's not accessible. He's not accessible in any capacity. We've had a good game. We're at 805 damage, and I want it. I don't get it. I get some spotting damage, which is totally useless to the mission. Now we're in a little bit of a weird spot because it's one-on-one with the Cromwell. He is spamming gold. This is sort of the bane of tier 6. What you'll find though is that the turret, if you stay moving, is trolly enough on the T34 that you're able to get some shots back. And that's why we end up going hull down here. If we run into him, we die for sure because he auto-puns our hull. So instead, we play an edge, we hope for the best. I know I've got 3 arty, I've got a tank flanking, and we just tuck him. Happily though, guess who just lit an M44? This guy. Don't forget, we need to cause damage 2 times by shooting them, and we need to destroy 1. If I was on my A game right here, and not worried about someone taking the kill, I would HE his track. Either way, I'm going to get a second shot on him. But if you have a tank that has pretty high alpha, for example, and you need like a multiple shots damage, switch an HE, shoot a track, you'll get the splash damage, but you won't pen and get the kill. That's the beauty of it. And there we go. We destroyed an enemy. We caused damage twice by shooting them, and we won. We had a pretty great game as well. Nothing absolutely insane, but pretty good. We get to enjoy coasting forward into a victory on medium tank 7. Nice fast game for us. And no reason at all to go north here. We push through the south and get the W. If you're trying to do this, I recommend lower tier. It's going to be more fast-firing tanks that you can play to pew-pew for the arty. Requires less YOLOing because the arty can be in worse positions. This is a tier 6, tier 7 kind of mission in my opinion. Trying to do this in tier 10 is just cancer. There's almost never a point at the end of the game where you're in a fast pew-pew tank and they have 2 arty alive. By the very end, especially in high tiers, the arty is more likely to kill themselves. Makes it even harder. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you in Medium Tank 8, and good luck on this mission. Hello and welcome to Medium Tank 8 Confrontation. We need to do damage to medium tanks 6 times, destroying enemy medium tank, and for completion with honors, cause 1500 damage to enemy vehicles. Today we're going to be playing in the Progetto 46. This is a great little tank. When I first got it, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I was back to the game. I've kind of tanked the stats. The good news is it's been on a grind. I was below 50% win rate in this tank for a long time based on when I played it. So it is amazing. If you ever get a chance to get a Progetto and you like mediums, get it. It's 100% worth it. One thing you will find though is that it doesn't play camo games particularly well in the middle. What I run for loadouts is 2 different, so I've got vents, vert, stab, and optics. I like this loadout for almost all maps. I also run one with optics CVS as well, and that's if I have a map where I'm going to need to spot and I'm not top tier, something a little lower on the list. As far as playing Overlord now in a heavier TD, I just always go 2-line. It feels like the most reliable option for me. Playing middle is just too difficult in a medium. You see me constantly get lit here, so I need to move. As far as where we flex on this map, it is a tier 8 game. There's a few tanks that are scary. Type 4 and 95. Both can HE pen me if they desire. Of course the 53, 55 is great. Brass are going to win the middle. I can't contest IS-6s and IS-5s very comfortably. Yes, I can pen them. They can also pen me. This is a map with a lot of corners. It's hard to just dump in on anyone. That's why we all sit here and look for the ball. Don't worry, an Invis 432 just didn't show up. I won't make everybody watch me sit around in the middle and hope for the best, because that's really where we're at right now. The perma-lit status is awful. What I end up doing here is going into the east. The reason is I can't contest the heavies here, and I need to shoot some mediums. So I see mediums here. I look for the shots. We get one on the 44 with the track, which is pretty nice because he's not going to have a kit now. I don't really want to poke win lit at this point though. Very tentative game. Watching it back, I don't know that I would actually go anywhere different, except I probably would deploy here first. Once the Borats made it clear that they owned the mid, and their light tank was going to be playing the mid, and ours weren't going to be doing anything with that, I would change here. The reason I flex back is because I've got this STA who pushed up way too far that I should be able to punish, actually. I've also got the 432. So what's nice is that he committed in the bowl. Just like I was saying, it's hard to, there we go. Look for the finish, good. Team is down, so it's real nice if we can get a gun out of the game. It's hard to dump on players in this map. It's when they come into the bowl, that's your number one, hey, yeah, I should do something about this crap. I should make a move. Just gonna wait till we get a couple rounds loaded. If anyone doesn't know, on the Progetto, the last round loads the fastest. So the more rounds you have in the clip, the better off you're gonna be. Real nice snag there. Got a little bit RNG blessed that my shot actually went straight. Of course, you could say the previous shot I got unlucky. So we've destroyed a medium tank. We will for sure do 1500 damage in almost all of our games here. What we're looking to do is kill the 432, own the bowl, and then once we have the bowl, we can play and support either side. Unfortunately, the brass just dumps on in. Our Sante dies, and now it gets pretty awkward. This guy's on reload. I'm gonna get pile drove from behind, but I'm here for a mission. And like we've talked about time and time and time again, Playing for missions requires a little different gameplay, although the nice thing in this instance is I can still play the map pretty intelligently. I'm going to look for the Borat finish, try to hold that round because I won't have one for a while. And now we actually can look to boogie a little bit. Well played by this 432 the whole game as well. Honestly, big respect to him. He did a really, really good job. He owned the mid, he lived super long, something that you don't always see with lights. Alright, let's see if we can win this edge now. I do not expect a stirve. If anyone watching the replay, I don't think he'd ever been lit. Let's find out. Let's fact check myself. Okay, just for the sake of everyone else, let's fact check. Okay, no, he had been lit in G0, but I actually don't see that because I don't see what tank that is. Interesting. Interesting. So he had been lit. I just couldn't read the name on the map. We can all have a chuckle at me. But I was going to say, if anyone expects him to be right there, shout out to you, because I absolutely did not. Now it's super awkward with the stirve. I drop a full spot here, so we wait 10 seconds of awkwardly dancing. And then I'm going to look to come around for the flank. There's the Brask, big ramp. And to be honest, the team got rolled up pretty hard here on the west. I just didn't have a heavy to play it. We did try, though. Definitely the teammate tried on this one. The cool news is that we did complete our mission. So this is medium tank 8's complete. We did pretty good damage. We destroyed a med, and we did damage 6 times to enemy mediums. As far as getting this done, this is not a very hard mission if you have a tank with an auto loader and you get 1 or 2 chances to try to clip into an enemy tank. So that's my recommendation for everybody. If you're struggling with a mission like this, or heck, grab one of the tier 6 the Swedish premium, or is it the Tech Tree, the auto loader tank? It's absolutely amazing at this kind of a mission, and just pop some shells into an enemy tank at tier 6. Anyway, best wishes on this. Enjoy. And I will see you in the next one.